Welcome back, welcome back. Got a lot of stuff in today. Got the power steering belt, alternator belt, the torque converter unlock brake switch, and I just stopped by the hardware store and picked up 1/4x28, you can even see that, yeah, rod and ball joints, and these are also called Heim joints. So if I need a combo of either, I have it. These are $10 to $12 each, so you're looking at about 50 bucks right there. This threaded rod I cannot get anywhere. This is 1/4 and I had to special order it from the internet. Today we will put on belts and we will try to do a linkage. Alright, so the belts I ordered are on. This one is nice and tight. This is actually almost back as far as it can go. My power steering pump for the Mercedes is right here that we rigged onto the water pump. Not too floppy, nice and tight. Getting down here, you can kind of see the bracket that I made for the alternator. But I had to work this on around this pulley so that I could get this belt on the inside onto it. But now, since it's like that, I feel confident about tightening this bolt and finally tightening up on the homemade bracket that I made here from a piece of hardware bracket. You can see it in there. I'm doing one bolt here. I know there might be a potential for that to snap. I may make another bracket to go from here to here. But for right now, this is where we're at. Alright, so we're back inside the car. I should have filmed this in the first place, but a little while back, actually last weekend, I got this piece of bracket from the hardware store, bolted it up to the shifter, and now it passes through the bottom of the tunnel on the car itself. Quick reminder, the Mercedes itself had a giant shifter module that sat here and had a lever going through the floor connecting to the original transmission. I thought I could run cable, but I quickly found out that cable will not run at a 90-degree angle. Who knew? But now I'm going to jump underneath the car, see where I got to connect to this shift lever down below, and then I'm going to hook that up and see if we can operate the 4L80E. If I can, then I've got to go ahead and drop the transmission pan, do all the maintenance that should be done on a transmission while it's operating. And I have a harness to replace because I was dumb and smashed it into the tunnel before actually doing any measurements. You don't want to do measurements. You just want to smash the engine and transmission into the car and hope for the best. No, not at all. Threading on our Heim joint, nice and easy. That is the correct thread, which is great. I am going to hop underneath the car and see our connection points for the custom shifter. Alright, so you kind of see what I'm trying to accomplish here. That's my articulating rod end, kind of ball joint, whatever. So I can put my linkage on any sweep like this. I can flip this around like this and go from there. All I have to do is throw a nut on here. I can trim the end with the cutoff wheel. And then of course, you know, it has to point down into that shifter pawl right there. On the inside or the outside, whichever clears, you know, you can see that indicator switch on the side of the trans. But yeah, that's where I'm at. If I can get an operational shifter, I think it's all downhill from there. In a good way, hopefully. Fabricated linkage. This end goes on the transmission. This end goes to the home fab shifter, and this is the all-seeing eye of what the crap have you gotten yourself into. Tube in the back. The shifter linkage is hooked up for now. If I can just move this over. There we go. Sit in this sucker real quick. Okay, so park. First notch is reverse. Neutral. Drive. I'm trying to see if we can't watch that linkage. Park. It loves to skip reverse for some reason. I also found out I need another lock nut. It is very hard to find quarter 28 stuff. And that is what we need, quarter 28. But just looking at this, looks like we got the right idea. I'll get that quarter 28 lock nut, and then we'll be ready for fire up when the time comes.